Hi everybody, welcome to my channel where we discuss some metaphysical things that might help us and try to live as mystical beings that we truly are, as our higher self. And if you have some comments, put them down in the chat. If you have a problem that you want to talk about, let's discuss it in the chat, and maybe I'll do a video and address just that problem. I had one last night. So don't be ashamed if you do have problems. Yes, we know we're higher spiritual beings, that we're unlimited and we have all this power. But right now we're trapped in these little shells. A piece of us is trapped in these little shells. It's not the whole us. So the best thing to always remember is that the whole us is still pulling the strings, and it's always for our benefit, even no matter how it shows up. It might show up painfully and as problems and trauma, anxiety, and really like horrible feeling life circumstances. That's mostly our reaction to it that makes us feel that way. So if we have to live in faith that our higher self is pulling the strings and it is us, there's nobody else doing this to us, that we have chosen to come here and go through these things so that a piece of ourselves can bring back, we can experience that that circumstance and rediscover its wholeness and feed that information back to ourselves so that we become more self-aware of what we truly are. That's the purpose for my existence here. It's a journey of self-discovery and to see if I can pass certain tests. These little animal bodies that we're in have desires and needs that we tend to put ahead of anything spiritual, and that's why we suffer, because we really truly only care for our animal body selves. Let's prove that we can rise above that and care for our eternal selves and our whole nature, which is all connected. And not only are we this much larger energy, this much larger creator, God-like creature, not even a creature, a spirit, not only are we that, but we are the combination of all of you, all of us together, just experiencing these little split off pieces of perception confined in these physical shells, thinking that we're separate people, separate personalities and all of that. Well, this video is supposed to be about the cure for a migraine. Yes, one started last night. It seems like a lot of things that I eat I'm allergic to. Milk, wheat, those are the main things. There's probably sugar, but those are three big ones: milk, wheat, sugar. Anyway, a lot of times the allergies don't manifest just as a stuffy nose or congestion or a cough or hives on the skin. A lot of times I'll start to get a migraine. And last night I started to get a migraine and I was not home. I was somewhere else. And I was with a lot of people. And I just had to stop what I was doing for 10 minutes because my vision was starting to disappear. Everything had spots and was getting black. I could only see like half, about half of what I normally see. And this is how migraine starts for me. I start to get this kind of a blackout in my vision. Shortly thereafter, it's followed by the throbbing pain that can last for 12 hours and completely just wreck you for a whole 24 hours. And then you feel weird for 2 days actually, because you still have some of the residual pain hanging around from whatever it was that caused that restriction in your neck or your brain that cut off the blood supply and the oxygen to that part of the brain and caused the migraine. To that part of the head, I should say. It's probably not the brain, something in the head. Anyway, I'm not a medical doctor, and I advise that you discuss any of the things that I did or suggesting that you might want to try before you do it. That's my disclaimer, okay? So I don't get sued by any of you. So the minute this started, I got something soft for my head, and I went and I stood on this part of my arms. I formed a little cup like this. It's like this exactly, and stood on my head. When you stand on your head using your forearms and your elbows and something a little padded here, could be a carpet or pillow or a rolled up sheet, anything to give you a little cushion. And when you stand on this part, you just start by kneeling down and putting this down flat on the floor right here, along with this whole area flat on the floor. I'm not going to demonstrate because I don't have the ability to somebody move a camera, or I would show you. And then it's a yoga posture. And then you just raise your legs and you balance on this triangle that you've created with your head. It's really easy. If you have neck problems or out of, any bones out of place or something in your neck, it's probably not a good idea because you're putting all your weight on your head and on your neck and on these arms. So your shoulders are bearing some of the weight too because they're connected to the arms. So it's not all on your neck. I find that I can do it. You could try it slowly and put one leg up first and then raise the other leg and then bring them both up, straight up while you're straight down on your head, flat like this, and just stay there until the blackness in my eyes went away. As soon as my vision cleared up, it took less than 10 minutes, I got up. Okay, the blackness came back for just a few seconds because of re-inverting myself back into a normal upright position. But after like a minute or two, it was all cleared up and the migraine didn't approach. It didn't come. So what I did while I was in that position was deep breathing. The two things: invert your body, and if you can't stand on your head, you can get an inversion table for probably about $150, brand new. And make sure you wear sneakers when you use it. Don't try it barefoot. You'll hurt your ankles or break the top of your foot from all the weight. Hang upside down on that table. And that way it puts no pressure on your neck. What we're trying to do is force the blood flow, and then with the deep breathing, more oxygen into that area. And that's apparently what it needs. There's been some kind of restriction or blockage due to stress or an allergy, because migraines can be brought on by stressful currents as well. And just stay inverted until it feels like the symptoms going away. Until it feels like your head's really full of blood. And do deep breathing with it. As much oxygen as you can get in there. And then after 5 to 10 minutes, you're done. And it should go away. Now, what I've had to do at other times is take aspirin right away and go lay down in a safety pose, which is like with your head tucked almost between your legs, kind of like a little crab creature like this. Head here, tucked down, legs, all curled up underneath you, almost a fetal position, but on your legs and on your head. With the aspirin, letting it kick in, it kind of thins the blood. It's a pain reliever as well. Again, I'm not dispensing medical advice. I'm telling you about a yoga technique that I use. And last night's the first time I didn't follow it up with aspirin. I didn't have anything like that with me. I didn't have the Alka-Seltzer or any kind of pain reliever. So I just did the only thing that I had, which was my own body standing on my head and deep breathing. And in 10 minutes, it didn't come. It didn't continue. It stopped. And I may feel a little bit of where it would have been if I moved my head too quickly, but no, not even that this morning. So This is the morning after. It started at about 12 hours ago, around 7 last night, or 7:30, and now it's gone. Here it is, 18 in the morning. Um, didn't have a night of migraine, none of that, no pain reliever. Just passing that along to you, making a suggestion. Yes, we all have our techniques for relieving migraines. A lot of them involve a lot of medications. But there's a physiological problem that's easy to correct with gravity, inverting your posture and deep breathing and oxygenating the area as well as putting blood into it. The blood carries the oxygen, so one's kind of facilitating the other. I don't think deep breathing by itself will work. And maybe the inversion by itself wouldn't work as well if I didn't incorporate the deep breathing with it. Because somebody in the room was talking about using pure oxygen. That really helped them that had chronic migraines. So while they were saying that, I was like, well, why don't I just breathe deeply? Do some yoga breaths while I'm in a yoga posture and super oxygenate the natural way without, pure oxygen machine. And it worked. So I'm very happy. I want to share that with you. I love you, everybody. Have an awesome day. And together we can do this. Tune in, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you like. There'll be more things coming along. And there's a lot of videos already done. Share it with your friends if there's a certain topic you think can help them. And I'll see you next time. Bye.